Anyone who's been involved in LGBTQ, civil rights, and family law over the last 4 decades has witnessed the advocacy, leadership, and tenacity of Abby Rubenfeld. Abby's record of accomplishment is amazing. She is truly a rock star in LGBTQ history. After running Lambda Legal in New York, in the 1980s, Abby decided to practice law in Nashville. She certainly knows how to pick a challenge. We're talking about a time when Tennessee was not a very friendly state to LGBTQ rights, and it remains that way. Despite this inhospitable environment, Abby has become a beacon of hope for the LGBT community in Tennessee. She and her colleagues in other hostile states are fighting for our rights, still working for reforms in the courts and legislatures that coastal states have long since adopted. Take the issue of recognition of a de facto parent. A de facto parent is an adult who has played a significant role in a child's life with the encouragement of the bio parent, like an unmarried partner of a parent or a step-parent. Years ago, sometimes even decades ago, states with liberal attitudes have awarded recognition to these parents, not Tennessee. Here we are again in 2020, and Abby is petitioning the Tennessee Supreme Court for the 3rd time to give status to these de facto parents. Abby continues to argue that it's time for the courts to recognize the reality of a child's life. That is tenacity and passion. Thank you, Abby. Abby has a record miles long of leading all sorts of national organizations, including being a founder of the National LGBT Bar. In those roles, Abby is a voice that makes sure the needs of LGBTQ folks in states like Tennessee are not overlooked. I witnessed this advocacy particularly in the Bar's Family Law Institute. Long ago, before there was national marriage equality, lawyers from coastal states where the marriage was allowed would dominate the agenda of these meetings to discuss the fine points of same-sex divorce. Abby, with her forceful yet moderate persuasion, lobbied for special regional meetings to spotlight the needs of lawyers practicing in more hostile territory. That advocacy made a big difference for lawyers in the Southeast, Midwest, and Mountain states who felt alone and isolated. No wonder so many see Abby as a role model for how to fight against great odds. Abby is a particularly proud Princeton graduate who boasts she is the shortest person to ever play on his basketball team. Today she is an ardent Lady Vols fan. Abby is special. She's a rare combination of modesty, humanity, and a winning sense of humor. To know her is to love her.
Thanks so much for this great honor. It's particularly meaningful to me for 2 reasons. One, because I helped found this bar association in the late 1980s, and it is so rewarding to see how successful it has been and how huge it has become. And secondly, this is an honor, a particular honor, because it comes from my peers, people who do the same kind of grinding, difficult, emotional, and rewarding family law work that I do. So thank you so much for y'all thinking of me. I also want to thank my staff and my parents. Well, my staff because they backed me up and helped me, and my parents who are now deceased, but who paid for me to go to law school and college, thus freeing me up to take whatever kind of job I wanted out of law school without the incredible burden that so many of you and my friends and colleagues have in paying off student loans. And for that, I am eternally grateful, and I feel blessed almost every single day that I can do that. Finally, I want to note that I have worked really hard over the years to take advantage of the various opportunities presented to me, and I'm humbled by the chances I've had to play a role in establishing LGBT rights and making legal history. And I really believe that together we have changed the world in a huge way. And while there's still a lot more for us to do, we can all be really proud of how far we've come and what a different world we've created for our clients and ourselves. And honestly, I have faith, even in these dark times, that we will finish this journey and that we will bring true justice for all, and not just for LGBT people, but we'll make sure that our country, our wonderful country, is in fact provides freedom and justice for all of us. Thank you very much.